Hello, children. Today, our learning objective is sorting of material into groups. You know, if we collect different materials from our kitchen house, from our classroom, and from our reading room, then you find so many things on our dining table, but we have to know the properties on the basis of which we are going to separate all these things. So if we are going to separate these things, there is some thing that is common in all the materials of a particular groups. So if we see in the picture, the material that is made up of plastics that have one groups, and the material that is metallic in nature, either made up of only iron or made up of only aluminium, we can create or make a certain groups. On the other hand, the material that have silica matter or glass, we can separate in different groups. We can observe so many things that is made up of glass, like our spectacles, our drinking glass, our paperweight, our window pane. So we can observe in our daily life so many things that is we are going to utilize are made up of glass. Next, that is the material which is made up of fiber, that is cotton fiber or woolen fiber. So in this picture, if we see the different materials that is made up of only cotton materials, we can also make a separate group for the fabric materials, either shirt or trouser or handkerchiefs. It can be made up of silk, or it can be made up of cotton fiber, or it can be made up of woolen fibers. So we can separate through applying our brain what is the common similarity, what is the common property. Now we will decide that there is certain property through which we are going to separate the materials, that is shining property, that is we can say it is appearance. In appearance we can categorize in two categories. One is shining materials and one is dull material. The shining material is lustrous in nature. It can be made up of gold or silver or platinum or any metallic, chromium. We can observe different ornaments and we observe the shining appearance. We can categorize in one category, one groups. On the other hand, the materials that is generally non-metals, it is phosphorus, it is carbon, it can be a sulfur. That is the other hand, that is dull in nature. So on the basis of appearance, we can categorize these materials. Now the other property, that is the floating property of materials. If you see plastic duck or plastic ball or fruit, ripened fruit like banana, apple, when we put inside the water, it will start floating due to low density. Material that have low density, it will float on the water surface. On the other hand, the material that have high density like pin, metallic key or iron parts, it will sink in water. So this is the two category on the basis of property of floating property of matter, that is, that can float on the water or that can sink inside the water. Other property is solubility. If we take the example from our kitchen house, we can find so many things, so many materials, so many substances that are quickly soluble in water, like table salt. It can dissolve quickly. Sugar, it will dissolve slowly, but it must disappear. Means a material like salt, sugar, if we put inside the water, it will disappear. It indicates that material or matter are soluble, but the material that settle down at the bottom of container, at the bottom of glass, it is insoluble, like sand, like sawdust, like so many things you can observe. You can create a project. You can test the solubility property of so many substances that is present in your kitchen house. You can also test the other property, that is the hardness or appearance with the help of the different materials. Hardness, it is also a parameter through which we can categorize. Means object on which we apply the force with our hand, with our finger. Means if we press with our finger, there is no change in the appearance of that substance or that materials or that matter. And on the other hand, if we apply the force on soft materials like a sponge, like pillow that contain a cotton or socks, then there is a change in the shape of that matter. That matter we can say it is soft, but the matter where there is no change after applying the force, if we are scratching with our nail, the thing will come from the hard material. But if we are scratch with our nail, something must come in case of soft matter. So hardness is also a property to decide for a grouping of matters. Next, so these are the different property we can consider. Other property we can say, that is transparency. You know, transparency means object through which light can pass from one side to other side. Examples: spectacles, windows pane, a glass inside of vehicles like car, It can be a transparent, it can be a translucent, it can be opaque. So if the light cannot pass properly, then that substance is known as translucent. If you put 2 or 3 drops of water on a simple paper and left for some time, the oil will soak by this paper. So we can say oil soaked paper is an example of transparent. If we pass light through our palm, if you take a torch or our mobile and put light on from one side, we can observe some light is emitting, coming out from the other side. It means this is the example of translucent. Next, that is opaque. Opaque means no light can pass from one side to other side. On the other way, we can also define transparency. If we can see our face from other side, then it is transparent. If we can see our face from other side but not properly, then we can say it is translucent. But nothing we can observe from the other side, or if we have put any object from one side and we observe from the other side, then nothing we can say that what object is there. Then it is an example of opaque, just like a wall. A unit of wall is brick. So other side of wall, if we put any object, then we cannot say what object is there. It means light cannot pass. On the basis of transmission of light, we can say the object, it is a transparent or translucent or object. So with the fun, through observing the different object, through creating a project for floating property in your house, you can learn by doing. What are the property? What property are behind this floating property? That is the density. The material have low density or high density. So you have to prepare a list of minimum 10 objects which are going to float or which are going to sink inside the water. You have to also prepare 10 objects that is soluble in water or not soluble in water. If you mix oil or petrol or any organic compound inside the water, then it will not properly mix. After centrifugation of the tube that contain both water and petrol, we can get a distinct layer between two liquid, that is water and petroleum, or water and any oil. So that property, we can say it has low density or high density, it has high polar compound. This is the property of that water. It has high dielectric constant. So try to prepare a project and try to learn by learning by doing, and have a nice day. Thank you. And please subscribe my channel. Okay.